Today we will discuss about Bell's palsy. Bell's palsy is an acute weakness or paralysis of facial nerve without an identifiable cause. It was first described by British anatomical scientist Sir Charles Bell. That's why it is called Bell's palsy. In this video, I am going to cover the concept of upper and lower motor neuron lesion and how it affects the facial muscles. In this view, you can see the motor cortex of brain. Here, this is the coronal section of brain. So these are two hemispheres of brain. These are motor cortex on both sides from where the upper motor neuron of facial nerve comes from. Now here you can see the brainstem. Uppermost portion is midbrain, then pons and then medulla. Facial nerve nucleus present at the lower half of the pons. Lower motor neuron of facial nerve comes from these two nuclei. As we know, facial expression muscles are controlled by facial nerve. Let's see how they are controlled by upper motor neuron and lower motor neuron. The facial nucleus is conceptually divided into two halves. The upper half provides the fibers to supply the upper face muscles, and lower half provides the fibers for lower half of the facial expression muscles. The upper half of the nucleus receives innervation from not only the contralateral motor cortex but also from the ipsilateral motor cortex. However, the lower half of the nucleus is innervated only by the contralateral motor cortex. Let's zoom this portion. Now come to this diagram. The face is divided into upper and lower with an imaginary line. As I have already said that upper half of the face is supplied by upper part of the nucleus and lower half of the face is supplied by lower part of the nucleus. Now suppose there is an upper motor neuron lesion. So what would be the clinical findings? In this case, you will see paralysis of the contralateral lower facial musculature. Question is, why not the upper facial muscles? This is because of the ipsilateral innervation. Upper facial musculature receives bilateral innervation. This concept is very important. In this case, you can see patient is unable to smile on affected side or simply unable to raise the corner of mouth. Patient is unable to whistle and there is loss of nasolabial fold. However, they can raise their both eyebrows. Now let's see what are the findings of lower motor neuron lesion. In that case, there will be ipsilateral paralysis of both upper and lower facial musculature. Clinical findings would be same as previous, like drooping of corner of mouth, loss of nasolabial fold. But the typical feature is inability to raise the eyebrow on affected side and inability to close the eyelid. I hope you can diagnose now if it is upper motor neuron lesion or lower motor neuron lesion only by seeing the clinical symptoms. Okay, here is a test for you. Pause the video and watch the facial expression carefully. Now let me know your diagnosis in the comment section. If you can correctly diagnose all of them, I will mention your name in the next video. All the best. That's all guys. If you have enjoyed this video, please like, comment and share, and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.